What's happening, y'all? Good morning. Blessed be to all. You know what today is? Today is Sunday, meaning it's game day. Oh, yeah. And it's time for weekly rotation, number 8, intro. So it's Sunday, weekly rotation number 8. You know, keep this short and brief so y'all can get y'all fantasy football teams ready, get your tailgating food ready. I know a lot of us can't go to the stadium or go to the games yet, but this is just a vainglorious Sunday. I mean, I woke up with sane mind, body, and health. Can't complain about that. Starting off with Monday, it was a little cooler this week. Well, to start off the week. So from the house of Oud, I went with grape pearls. This is just a beautiful bottle to me. With this one, you're going to get blueberry, grape. You're going to get grape leaves and rose for, I believe, the floral green aspects of it. And then that dry down is just gourmand, like with coffee, vanilla, amber. I mean, I've never heard of a fruity gourmand until I got this. This right here has become one of my favorite, not just niche fragrances, but just fragrances of all. I love this thing. And the good thing about this is, performance-wise, I got all of 9 hours, projection being quite strong for that first hour and a half. Then it was subtle for the next 3 hours. So all in all, this is just a beautiful, strong, performing as gourmand right here. I want to tell people to blind buy it just due to the fact at the beginning you do pick up a green herbaceous floral note with the grape leaves and the rose. But I think if you do try this, 8 out of 10 people will like this, especially if they like sweet gourmands. I mean, so Monday from the house of Oud, grape pearls. And it's going to look good on your dresser or vanity or shelves, wherever you store your fragrances at. You love it. So for Tuesday, from the house of Sammy Andros, went with Al Mashirk. This right here, I believe this could be all season, but for me, just due to the sweetness that comes off my skin, I'm definitely rocking it in the fall and winter when I just want to smell ultra nice. This right here, performance of this was like most of the Sammy's joints. You're going to get about anywhere between 8 to 10 hours, projection being strong for the first 3, but it doesn't become a skin scent until around that 7.5 hour mark. This right here, ylang ylang, jasmine, tea leaves, seaweed. Who uses these notes and the fragrance still comes out just very highly wearable, versatile, and sweet. Who would have ever thought that seaweed, musk, and pine could be sweet? Well, this comes off sweet on my skin, and the woman of the house, she didn't mind me wearing this at all. She actually, gave me one of her compliments. Or what is that? Generally, if it stank or she didn't like it, she would have just said it. But, when that eyebrow raised and they ask you, what is this? You're doing something good. So for Tuesday, from the house of Sammy Andros, Al Mashirk. Beautiful fragrance. Gotta give it to you, Sammy. And I can't wait to grab that new one I seen. I think it's called VIP. Definitely gonna be grabbing that one ASAP. For Wednesday, it started warming up, getting back into the 70s. And I wanted something, to that just related to my feelings that day and the way how the weather was. So I went with the House of Chanel Platinum Egoist. Kind of dated, kind of modern fougere. I love it just due to the soapy quality of it. Should be some lavender in here. But this comes off, extremely fresh, slightly soapy on my skin. Definitely gives me that old school barbershop vibe. As you see, I'm finally starting to put a dent in this thing. This When it comes to soapy fragrances between this and Prada Amber, I choose this one over Amber, but I love both of them. But this right here is great. Performance, nothing to write home about. Going to get between 6 or 7 hours, with that first 2 hours being very, very good. Projection, the next 3 hours after that, little scent bubble, but people around you will still notice it, especially if they're within, that 6 feet threshold and they're not wearing a mask. I mean, this is not a monstrous performance or projector, but it gets the job done when you want to smell elegant, sophisticated, fresh, and clean. So for Wednesday, definitely had to go with the House of Chanel. That is Platinum Egoist. For Thursday, it got even a little warmer. I had to pull out, my favorite creed that I have at this point in time, which is Royal Water. Fresh citrus. Seemed like it may be some type of peppermint in here, because that's what I get from it. I mean, this right here, I feel like this is a must-have for any, creed collector, or just anybody who likes to smell fresh in general. I mean, this one is going to pull compliments. Like, I think it was like maybe 2-3 weeks ago for my stepson's birthday. We went race car driving. This pulled me a few compliments. I didn't go anywhere on Thursday, so I wasn't no compliments to be had. But this right here, you can compliment yourself, knowing that you smell fresh and clean. And to be a Creed fragrance, longevity, I got about 7.5 hours of usable longevity, with the projection being its best within that first hour, hour and a half, going on 2 hours. It didn't become a skin scent until about that 5.5 hour mark. But even at that point in time, it was still noticeable. So that's why I said usable longevity, about 7.5 hours. This is definitely one of the stronger creeds that I have. I do have samples of a lot of full bottles. I have this. I have Himalaya, Cedra Blanc, I believe it's called. And it's not an original Creed bottle, but I do have a 30 ml Creed bottle of Aventus. So for Thursday, Royal Water from Creed, to me, must have. You could definitely rock this in the warmer days of fall, summer, spring. I wouldn't say winter, but a lot of us do work in temperature controlled environments, so pretty much can pull this off all year long. For Friday, I went with the House of Mancera, and that was Cedra Boise. This right here, I learned some things about this Friday. I always kept thinking that the performance of this was mediocre due to my nose. However, Friday I went out to my parents-in-law's house for the game, for the Boston game that night. Mind you, I put this on I freshened up around 4 o'clock that afternoon. Around 10 o'clock, we was watching the game, and my father-in-law was like, "Yo, what you got on? That right there? I would wear that. I would rock the shit out of that," part of my French. And I was like, "Yo, you really can, smell it." He's like, "Man, I smell it strong." So this right here, just from that day, this is going to hit 8 to 10 hours easily, with the projection being the strongest within, I would say, the first 2 hours. But it's going to be more than, a half an arm's length for the first 6 hours of you wearing this thing, because I didn't know that. I always thought I must got a crappy batch compared to everybody else who used to hype this thing. No, I see the power of this. This is definitely going to get you compliments. This is definitely going to last long. And this is definitely I'm not going to say it cheaper, because this wasn't that cheap at all. But if you don't want to pay $400 for Creed Aventus and you got anywhere between 80 to 120, I can definitely recommend this, that you can blind buy this. I blind buy everything, but I can suggest that you blind buy this, and somebody is going to like this on you, as long as you don't have rancid BO or anything like that. and you take showers. I want to always say that. Take a shower, personal hygiene before you apply any fragrance. This right here is going to get it done, though. I am now a new, I mean, I've always had it. That's why you see the little dent in it. But I am now a firm believer that the Cedrat Boise, his performance is nothing to be slept on. So for Friday, Cedrat Boise from Mancera. Yesterday, Saturday, I wanted to go get, this little good old haircut. My birthday coming up soon, Tuesday. So I wanted to wear something that I haven't wore in quite a while. I wanted to wear something that was mass appealing and, to show the maturity that I'm becoming, getting older, about to be 39. I went with another one from the House of Chanel, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This Parfum right here got me 2 compliments, one from the barber who was cutting my hair, and one from one of his customers that was sitting waiting for me to get done so they can get in the chair. This right here is beautiful. I mean, I still don't think it projects that loud, but once again, anyone, especially your barber is going to be, closer than 6 feet. But it's funny because the actual other customer was definitely more than 6 feet out and was catching wafts of it too. Say I smell good as well once the barber brought it out. It's funny how sometimes somebody has to compliment you for other people to finally open their mouth and say something. But other than that, Bleu de Chanel on Parfum, banger. Can't go wrong with that. And then for today, from the House of Christian Dior, that is Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette. Right here, this is just one of those quintessential, classy, sophisticated fragrances. You're definitely going to get, your citrus, your fruits up front. But that very, very clean nuance, I believe it's coming from the vetiver. Not sure if it's, every time I think it's clean, I think of vetiver or lavender. Not sure if lavender is in here, but the way how this comes off, I know there's vetiver in here. Ultra clean, ultra classy and sophisticated. Just once you definitely over 35 and above, I don't think you can go wrong. And this is a must-have in your fragrance wardrobe, repertoire, collection. I just believe you must have this, especially them days after you get your fresh cut, you feeling good. You don't know if anybody under 30 is really going to truly appreciate this, but once you get over 30, 35, or I'm 38 going on 39, you're definitely going to appreciate and love this. So my send of the day for today, Go Bills from the House of Christian Dior, Eau Sauvage. So that's going to wrap it up for this weekly rotation number 8. Let me know in the comments, what you do like, what I wore this week, what you don't like, and most importantly, what did you wear this week if you're the type of person that wears a fragrance every day. I wouldn't care if it's the same one that you wear every day. Just hope that you're wearing the fragrance, smelling good, feeling good, and I want to know what you wore. So, it's that time to wrap this up. For all my returning viewers, thank you very much for your continued support. For you newcomers, if you found the content to be informative and or entertaining, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for future notifications. We itching to getting close to that 150 subscriber mark. We'll be doing I think what's a pretty good giveaway, just to show y'all, just to show my appreciation for y'all watching and supporting the channel. Until the next time, let's grow and evolve together. In this book of life, turn to the Paige of Stylez. Y'all be blessed and walk in peace.